Welcome to the show. This is the and of AEW Dynamite.
Fantastic.
Welcome to the show. This is Loser Leaves Wrestling. This is the Woos and What's of AEW Dynamite. My name is Red. I'm here with Roy. How are we today?
You know, I'm getting by. I'm okay. I'm good.
Okay.
I thought
manic energy we got going.
I thought tonight's show was awesome. I thought tonight's show was really consistent, really consistent, and I'm excited to talk about it.
Great show.
Yeah.
Almost like we don't have much to talk about type of show. Like
Yeah.
usually we rip it apart, but this is just like I think a really like you said, top to bottom. There's like everything was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we could find some bad stuff. I think
sure. We could talk about it. I mean, JR was pretty bad. I noticed some nights he's okay, and some nights he's just not having it.
He did not have any of this. The fact, like the beatdown at the end, he's just like not having it. Let's start off the night hot. Sound off when you get in here. Smash the like button. Call the hotline. Go to the Patreon.
Go to the Patreon. Let's start. Maybe even before we get into it, we got a Patreon now, so go to it.
We do have a Patreon now, and we've got content. And I was about to post something today on the Patreon. I should have done it. But for all for the Patreon subscribers, you're gonna get something special probably tomorrow.
Yeah, there's a lot of special things coming your way. We've got some top 10 or top 20 lists that we're calculating in our brains that we're gonna discuss and dissect. We got the 24/7 LLW community that's getting set up.
Also, This Is Your Gimmick is going to debut soon.
This Is Your Gimmick is going to debut soon.
This Is Your Gimmick is going to debut soon.
And we got some fun content from the vault involving some former WWE wrestlers and us.
Yeah, maybe someone getting attacked by a former WWE wrestler. Maybe. But just check it out. Also, the Discord. We're going to set that up officially for this weekend. We're going to be talking about WrestleMania in the Discord. But we talked a lot about that. We have to get going with the show. Call a hotline. Leave us a message. We got to get going with the show. Yeah. So let's start off the show with where it started. CM Punk versus Max Caster. That's what started off the night. CM Punk comes out, hot crowd. Max Caster's rap was pretty good.
Yeah. What was your favorite line?
Your pants like a Z-Pack.
Yeah, really good. That was also my favorite line too. Yeah.
That was pretty good. He was really roasted, made fun of his teeth a little bit.
Yeah, he had to get the Will Smith line out of the way early.
Yeah. Tony Schiavone called it. We have Moses in the comments. Welcome, Moses. Bless you. Woo, Yuta. Sup, boys? Yeah, Yuta. We're going to talk Yuta.
We're going to talk about excited. Yuta.
But the Punk Max Caster match, good short match, everything seemed to work well. Then Punk got the win with the Anaconda Vice. Anything about the match that struck you?
Nothing that's like really struck me. I love a lot of pile drivers tonight, and I loved every single one of them. I loved them all. I thought Punk's pile driver was excellent to set up the Anaconda Vice. I like seeing Max Caster work, but I wish it was Anthony Bowens because I really like seeing Anthony Bowens wrestle. I think Anthony Bowens is awesome.
They complement each other so well because Max Caster has this kind of like sleepy cool thing, just like his eyes are never fully open but he's like kind of like just chill, wants to scissor all the time, and Bowens is just all scissoring. He's just they just get like they really mesh well. Big fan of that. But what really hit was that promo afterwards. We get Tony Schiavone coming into the ring and goes to interview Punk. And Punk gives one of the most fired up promos about how, because Tony did something stupid. He's like, when you were gesturing to your waist, what did you mean by that? That's something literally my dad would say. And what do you mean by that? He's just like, what do I mean? Do you all know what it means? And he gets a crowd going.
I love it. Didn't he say, Tony, you're smarter than that?
Yeah, he did say you're smarter than that. But he said he's going after that championship, and we're very excited for it. He's like, whether it's Adam Cole or I'm looking down the barrel of some cowboy shit.
Yeah. I thought it was great. And we talked about it, like right around the time that I first started doing LLW with you, was right around the time that Punk debuted. And, man, when he debuted, I was like, this is all fine and good, but keep the title away from that guy. This is just like kind of his like last hurrah. He's coming back. He's going to have some good matches, put some guys over or whatever. I've changed my mind. I think he could be champion, and I wouldn't be angry about it.
It's very exciting. I'm very excited where it goes, and that was just a fired-up promo. We have some comments here. John Busman writes, everybody loves the Acclaimed. They do love the Acclaimed. Did they say that in the thing? because he used to have that show. Chris Rock had that show, Everybody Hates Chris.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if that was a moment where the claim said something along those lines.
That's a good point.
S is in the chat. Welcome, S. Wait, hold on. We have to give you something. That's for people joining the chat. And lots of high. Then we get Mo's freaking Dangerville 2022. Lots of high impact maneuvers today. Yeah, those pile drivers are pretty high impact.
Those are intense.
Especially Toni Storm's.
Ooh, we'll talk about it.
John Busman fired up babyface Punk. Wow, wow, wow. Maybe the best episode so far. Very true. I'm very fired up about it, and we love Punk this way.
Wait a second. You acknowledged S coming into the chat, but didn't acknowledge S's comment, which is this episode was more fun than Kaz Hayashi in a glacier outfit. S, have you gotten the chance to watch Kaz Hayashi versus Raven from WCW Saturday Night? Because if you have, we got to talk about it, and we will on the Discord. Probably.
I was gonna use.
Everybody's got to see that match.
Thank you so much. I completely glazed over it because I was too distracted by the soundboard.
I mean, a good distraction.
I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
We're doing
I can't handle it.
We're doing it. We have to keep going, right?
Yeah.
We definitely.
Yeah, we do. We do.
In the back, we got Alex with MJF and FTR, and Smart Mark is posting pictures of Wardlow around, like, keep this guy away, I'm guessing.
Yeah, really funny. Yeah, I think they did a close up. They did a close up in the next segment, and yeah, it's like this man is banned from all AEW shows. He's not welcomed, and it's Wardlow.
I just had this. Wait. S is in the chat saying he's a Patreon dog. He just mentioned that he's.
That's why I'm asking.
No, you're right. I completely flaked. We deserve. What do we have here? No, that's racist. Never mind. It's just there's some WWF things, sound bites in here.
Is this a custom soundboard you put together, or is this like a WWE soundboard that you found?
It's the one I found. I did not.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Because I don't have Tatanka's yell. It's about to do that, and then I realized I shouldn't. S is a patron of the Patreon.
Patron of the Patreon.
But yeah, we get Smart Mark posting up pictures of Wardlow.
Yeah.
Saying not to be around here, but MJ's like the Pinnacle's on top now. The Pinnacle's on top, but also FTR is just like, oh, we're still buds with Wardlow. Let's like push it. We're friends with you, Max, but also Wardlow.
Right.
And then MJ's just like, I didn't want to say this, but Wardlow was kind of talking shit about you guys. And the crowd literally gave a gasp. They're like, oh, like they were so upset. It's great. I really like what's going on here. And it's a great way to turn FTR face. You don't think so?
I agree completely. I think it's, I mean, we'll get a little more into it, but like, yeah. I think it is, and they're obviously going in that direction, and I think that's great. But I just think there's some mixed signals being sent to us on tonight's episode about FTR. Just a few little mixed signals.
Well, we're going to find out more about that as we continue. Yeah. Next up, we get... So for a while, we didn't have Jay Lethal at all. Now we're getting a lot of Jay Lethal. We get Jay Lethal coming back, and we have him facing Jon Moxley. This crowd was on fire tonight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They were loud.
South Carolina? Is that where they are? Charleston?
Was that where?
I think so.
They did it. They did it real good. Yeah. It was a good match. The Jon Moxley is a part of the Blackpool Combat Club. What do you think of that name, Roy?
I think it's a great name. He's from Blackpool, England. Regal is from Blackpool, England, and they love beating the shit out of people. So, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, no, it is good. I was a little iffy at first, but then now I'm just starting to enjoy it. Feels like a club or like a wrestling club. The Combat Club. I kind of like
They could
that.
use better merch, in my opinion. They could use better merch. It's just like a shirt that says Blackpool Combat Club on it. Give me like a soccer logo, like something a little more intricate.
Oh, that would be good. Or like that, Iron Mike Gold's Gym looking one. That says Blackpool. You can make it feel a little sportsy. Mo says Columbia, South Carolina. That's where.
There you go. Mose, how far is that ride for you? Is this something you'd ever entertain going to? I think Moses in the Carolinas. I think.
Mose, let us know if you are able to make it to Columbia. But yeah, we get that match, and it was good. It became a great match, but Jay Lethal did seem a little off at times.
I think that's intentional.
Is that?
I think it's part of the story. Like one of my favorite moments in the match is Jay Lethal. So he hits the elbow drop, but before he hits the elbow drop, he goes up to the top rope the first time. And he's going up there, and he's slowly climbing up, and he's going to do, like, the Macho Man thing. But Moxley pops up. And the camera, I really don't have a lot of faith in AEW's camera guys, so I don't know if this was intentional or not. But they happened to get a close-up of his face right as Moxley got up, and he did this, like, disappointed, like he made a mistake. Like, he's in his own head. This is the story that they're telling. He's in his head.
Okay, and so then that makes more sense with what happened at the aftermatch. So Moxley won with the paradigm shift, and then he went to go shake his hand, and Jay Lethal was just like being weird about it. Like he was just like, he's like, oh, should I shake his hand or not? Yeah. But that makes more sense. He's like, did I earn a handshake?
Right, and I think he was trying to be like, hello, like in the beginning of the match, like shake my hand. We're two professionals, and Moxley's like, fuck that, you got to earn that handshake. And Moxley's like, you've now earned this handshake, but Lethal's like, did I earn this handshake?
I like that more, much better. Mo says it's about 2 hours from where Mose lives.
Interesting.
2 hours-ish. And John Buseman says, intentional, yeah. This Jay Lethal is very good at wrestling.
Yeah, dog. He's very good.
Is what it is.
He is. That's really
what it is.
That is actually a very excellent use of the soundboard there.
That wasn't the right one I was trying to do.
But still, it's Macho Man. It's just, there you go. Yep. Yeah, Jay Lethal's very good, and I'm excited to see where this goes. Clearly, I don't think it's going to lead to being a member of the Blackpool. I already forgot it. What is it? Blackpool Combat Club. But
no, I
it's
don't
going to
think Jay
lead somewhere.
Lethal should be in there. Jay Lethal, honestly, is the. We'll talk about who should and shouldn't be in there, but it just doesn't make sense for him right now. I like where he's going, though. He's trying to find himself.
Right.
And we're going to find out more. We're going to find out more. Next up, we had, so is it Marina Shafir?
Marina Shafir.
Marina Shafir. We had Marina Shafir, little package just showing off some of the cool things she's doing on Elevation. Have you seen any of her matches yet?
I haven't seen any of her matches on Elevation or Dark. No, I haven't.
Have you seen any of her matches?
I saw some of the matches she did in NXT, like before she got released.
So she needs a little bit more work.
Sure, of course.
She needs a little bit more time in the oven. I don't think they should keep bringing people on if they're just not that ready yet. Because it makes them look. It's hard. It's hard to get past some things.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. I just feel like they should maybe hold off a little bit until Daniel Bryan's hung out with her a little bit more, you know?
Well, she should be training. You know who her husband is? Her husband is Roderick Strong.
Yeah,
so
no, I knew that.
Roderick Strong should be showing her the ropes a little bit. I don't know.
I mean, hey, maybe a great guy. Not a good teacher.
Maybe
he's not doing a good job.
I don't know. I love so. Here's the thing, though, right? Like, let's look at me, right? Like, I'm an example here of someone who's never seen her matches on Dark or Elevation, and I saw that promo and I got really excited. I was like, oh, great, Shafir's here. I know who she is. I know she used to be an MMA fighter. I know that she has been wrestling on Dark and Elevation. I haven't seen any of the matches. Even the clips that they showed looked a little stiff. Call it stiff.
It was a little stiff, but also not stiff in the good way where it looks good. It's kind of stiff and it doesn't look good. Like it looks like it. Like did that look like it probably hurt, but we didn't get to see how it hurt. You know?
Yeah, but I will say too. I do believe I'll never forget this. The artist formerly known as Walter was on the Steve Austin Show podcast a long time ago, and he talked about how not all offense needs to look pretty. Like some of it can just look brutal and rough because it looks like impactful and harmful. I don't know. So I don't know. Like hopefully her offense looks like that.
No, it doesn't. It does not. We have some comments here. John Buseman writes, Black Machismo. Honestly, bring it back. Bring it back. We love it. And you know you want to do it too. Mo says, why can't it just be the Blackpool? Ooh.
Interesting.
Actually, I do like that more. The Blackpool.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's pretty good. Mose, Shafir has been doing squashes. I thought you said squats at first. Or squashes.
She do a lot of squats. Those legs.
John Busman says, I like Shafir. She's cool. Bring her up. Give her a shot.
She's got a good look.
I'm not saying don't give her a
presentation.
shot, but like, I don't know. There's something to be said about just bring people up when they're ready.
I
know scooping
worry.
her. I understand scooping her. I get the idea of like, bring her on board, bring her to the factory, whatever she's doing, but like something. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
I just worry that like, I don't know, her and Jade are both pretty inexperienced. That might be tricky. Might be tricky.
I agree. But moving on, we got to keep talking about some things. One thing we got to talk about is FTR versus the Gun Club.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that? Do I have anything? No, I don't have anything. I'm not.
You don't have any. There's no like Mr. Ass in there.
I just wanted like like Gun Club.
Oh,
like,
sure.
But no, I can't be. Well, that's the thing. I can't use licensed things. I played something that if you smell with the rock and that music at the end fucking got me with that. So I have to be careful. John Busman, was Jade ready for TV?
No, not really.
She wasn't. And honestly, she kind of suffered for a year for it. She would have come in a much better place if they kind of held off and didn't bring her in that Shaq thing where she just kind of like wandered about and given Wardlow syndrome, where you're just there not doing anything until they're ready to do something with you. But now, like, they're doing something with her, of course. But she could have come in, and if she was ready, if this was now, like 6 months ago she came in, she would have come in like she would have been a mega star. And I'm saying mega star. Yeah. Rather than being someone that people are like, oh, well, she's good most times. Yeah. Mo says, this was a great tag match. Almost match of the night for me. John Busman writes, Gun Club outsmarting and out-healing FTR. This was I thought it was a great match. I think FTR makes such a good, because they've studied tag team wrestling, and they've been doing heel tag team shit forever.
They've never been baby faces.
They have a time to. Dax getting a hot tag was intense. Like, it was great. Yeah. And like all their things work, and they're doing smart babyface stuff. So it's just like, it really, I loved it, and I love Gun Club. I just love the Gun Club. I
feel like the Gun Club works perfectly as a trio. But what I mean by that is like Buse wrote like Gun Club outsmarting and out healing FTR. That's true, but it's because they have the ultimate tag team specialist in Billy Gunn on the outside helping guide them.
Smart. That's
in
smart.
a way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they work well as a trio, but like if it was just the Sons outsmarting and out healing, I would be a little less sold. I love Billy as part of the act.
Yeah, when I say Gun Club, I mean the whole deal. Mm-hmm. They are all really fun together. Yeah. And that hit that he gave to Cash Wheeler, Billy Gunn's right hand. It hurts. It hurts to look at. But a great tag team. I thought a great tag team match.
I loved this finish.
When Wardlow comes out. So basically Wardlow comes out in the middle of the match. Yeah. And he starts storming, he's beating up security, storming down the ramp, looking like an idiot. I think
that first security guard that he threw into a brick wall was brutal. And then he powerbombed when he powerbombs the guy on the popcorn table, and the table just like doesn't give, and the guy just like bends in half. Really, really, just so brutal. These poor guys.
It was pretty hard.
But I'll tell you what, if you want to get him over, like over, you do this every week. Wrestling fans, especially the live crowd, they love when a guy gets arrested. When a wrestler gets dragged out by security or gets arrested, it gets them over huge. So keep doing this.
Really arrested. Like, get some handcuffs on them.
Yeah,
like, I want to see that. Like, that when they just pull him back, that like there's no threat there. Handcuff his legs and hands and carry him out like a pole. Right. That's what I want to see. And have him screaming the entire time. Wardlow coming out, he just looks. He has to stop being so goofy. He just has to stop being like, he's coming out to the ring and he's like, like, what are you doing? You're coming out to kill MGF and you're like stretching, like moving your back. Like,
I wish this was full view so you could see my Wardlow walk. Like, he like juts out his legs and it's like, hey.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem.
But then we get a power bomb on the guard. We see that security gets him. And then FTR do the big rig. A nice little sequence to get that big rig going.
I loved the leap over to get Billy, and I loved it was great. It was a really athletic, tight babyface sequence to finish the match.
Very good FTR. And afterwards, MJF and FTR in the ring, and they semi-celebrate. Because MJF's just like, yeah, let's do it. And the boos that he gets when he raises their arms. They were chanting FTR. And the
crowd was crazy. They're crazy for the FTR. It's great.
Yeah. This is South Carolina. They love their FTR here. This is FTR country. We have some comments here. Mose, AEW, do they have the best tag depth in the world? Yes.
Yes. Definitively. There is nowhere else on the planet, no company anywhere on the planet that has as many tag teams and as much depth as AEW, by far.
And I'll say ever.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, that's the thing that's so funny. Like, where's S? S will appreciate this. WCW in the late 90s had a ton of tag teams, but they were all jobber tag teams.
Yeah.
They were all, like, high voltage and, like, the Trouble Squad. I was about to say
Bioshock.
Yeah, sure. There's one that I'm trying to think of. Disorderly Conduct. That's who I was trying to think of. Yeah, jobber tag teams who wrestled on Sunday mornings on UPN.
It was very funny. But yeah, would you say the richest tag depth? Wow.
Yeah, I really would say that. It's incredible.
Mose writes, "I am the table." Oh my God, Mose.
Be careful, Mose.
Be careful, Mose. Mose, remember when Goldberg got arrested? Yeah, I loved it. Didn't he? Yeah. Is that the night he tore the tendon in his hand because he broke a window?
No, I don't think so. Mose, are you talking about the time when the night that WCW died forever, the finger poke of doom when he got arrested because Elizabeth claimed that he sexually assaulted her? Uncomfortable. Didn't age well.
Oh, I'm sure it didn't. Well, it didn't. It wasn't good then.
It wasn't good then, though. That is true. That is true.
We get Brooklyn Bleak. Wait, hold on. Let's give a Brooklyn Bleak thing.
This 2007 to 2010 soundboard is very funny.
Yeah. Well, no, there's we had Hacksaw.
Yeah, well, it's classic.
So we got that. Hey, Brooklyn Bleak. Yeah, Marina Shafir can be a great stoneface serious heel.
Yeah,
I'm sure she can be. I just want a little bit. God, let's make sure she's cooked. I don't want.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure.
I don't want to get salmonella. S writes, when FTR turns on MGF, the crowd is gonna pop like crazy. Oh, it's gonna. Yeah. They've already given up on Wardlow. They don't give a shit. Maybe this crowd did because
I'm telling you, the live crowd loves Wardlow. It doesn't. It's like our hatred of Sammy Guevara, but the live crowd loves him. It doesn't make any sense.
Mose, Billy Gunn always makes me jump out of my chair. What? Watch out, Billy Gunn. What do you mean by that, Mose? Brooklyn Bleak, lol, so random. Which one? What's so random? Us? Maybe. Mose.
Oh, the Mr. Kennedy thing.
Oh yeah. Mose, correct, Roy. That was the charge on Goldberg. That's why we need to be careful about arresting Wardlow. Correct, Roy. That was the charge on Goldberg. That's why we need to be careful about arresting Wardlow. That all makes sense when I say it.
Yeah, Wardlow can get arrested for trespassing. That's what he gets arrested for.
100%. I want to see the real rest. That's what we want.
Yeah.
But let's keep moving on. We had that. Next up, we have a nice little. What's going on?
I accidentally unplugged my monitor and everything went dark for a second. I'm okay. I'm here.
We got that's a what? That's a. We should start doing that for things that are bad. I'm just gonna be like, and things that are good, I'll give a.
The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, the showstopper.
Wait, oh no, this is really funny. This is the last one.
I'll open a can of the ass whip.
Santina saying,
Santino?
I'll open a can of ass whip.
That's funny.
It's good.
That's very funny. I thought it was.
I'm turning people away now. We got to keep going. We have to keep going.
But we got to keep rocking.
Hobbs versus Keith Lee video package.
Yeah.
And it was good.
It was good. Do you feel like Keith Lee is maybe forcibly doing the
Renaissance Fair?
Yeah, you think he's doing that a little too much? You think it's no longer natural, and he's like going out his way to be like, indubitably. Like,
I honestly don't care. Like if he does, and I say don't care the way that like I don't care what he does. I mean, I like if it like I like it. Like I think he should do more of it because if that's if he has to be a little bit more charactery to feel more comfortable, go for it.
Yeah,
do
sure.
all those things. I'm into it. I'm into his old English kind of like Spock way of speaking. Like and Hobbs did a great job. I thought Hobbs is loaded with charisma. I'm very excited.
Hobbs rules. That was a great promo from Hobbs. It was fantastic.
Hobbs looking good. I can't wait.
Yeah.
And his body transformation. Did you see those pics?
He's jacked.
Man is svelte.
Put that man in some trunks. Get that singlet out of here. Put that man in some trunks. I do like the singlet. Put the straps down.
Yeah, I gotta pull the straps down. Let's see those pecs, dog.
What's his finish? A Dominator? No, that's Ricky's finish.
That's
the Rochambeau is like a sit-out.
It's kind of
dominator.
a sit-down dominator. I don't know what Hobbs is. If anyone
Somebody
knows,
in the chat. I'm
gonna guess it's a power slam.
I think it might be actually.
It's a running power slam. Mose, that was a sad trombone. I'm assuming one of my sound effects. Moving on. We got to keep moving on. Because the Jericho Appreciation Society is super influential.
All hail the Ayatollah of rock.
That's good.
And roller.
Pretty good.
Thanks. It was just a
torture rack. Thanks, John.
Everyone wants to be a part of the JAS. It's true. And also, only 5 are allowed in. This is some new information. This is now canon. Only 5 at a time. He said that.
Yeah.
He's only the 5 of us. And then they're saying the future endeavored Eddie Kingston.
I love when they say, they future endeavored Reynolds and Silver too.
Sure. They future endeavored them. And they're just like, they did the take a peek thing. Take a peek behind the curtain. Take a peek. Take a peek. And I want them to I want them to be head of security. I want him to be head of security, so he could constantly take a peek.
Yeah,
I just want to see him take a peek behind everything and talk.
I liked when he took a peek on one side, and then he was like, "Hey Jake, take a peek over there. Take a peek." And Jake is like, "Oh, actually," and then he had to like talk about how they killed everybody, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, that's right. I got to take a peek." Because if I don't, then the guys will never reveal themselves and we'll never go anywhere.
And they took a peek. And
then there they were.
Eddie and Proud and the Powerful. They did this big, giant beatdown. Just giant beatdown that went into the arena, into the ring. We get Eddie with a spinning backhand. And then the numbers game, the JAS come out. And then they whip Eddie with a belt. They whip Eddie with a belt, which looked like a hurt. It looked like a really
yeah, I mean, it's a studded belt.
Yeah, and so, this was a good way to continue this, right?
Absolutely.
Crazy.
I mean, this is the direction it had to go in. Props to Jericho for taking a couple of pretty, heavy moves there in that beatdown.
Do you think that they should have had that big brawl that went into the ring? Isn't there just a lot of this?
Yeah, but there wasn't a lot of this on this show. So that works for me.
The small victories. John writes, Powerhouse. Torture Rack. His finish is the Torture Rack.
Really good.
That makes sense. Mose, I'm not sure I wanted Hobbs Lee this soon. Feels premature, but maybe I'm the minority. Nope. I don't want it this soon either. Sure. I want this to be months from now. Sure. Mose, was anyone waiting for a debut during the Jazz beatdown? No, I don't think I was. I knew there was going to be a big thing with the Owen Hart tournament, so I wasn't expecting any surprises.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point, though, Mose, because I was thinking about that. This was going to lead to some type of gang warfare. And, it's – when is this? It's March going into April. So the next pay-per-view, there could potentially be, I know traditionally the last 2 years because of the pandemic there was a stadium stampede. So I wouldn't put it past Jericho to have some type of weird gang warfare gimmick match that's mostly cinematic at the next pay-per-view. But that being said, who are the other two people for it to be 5-on-5? A crazy idea that just came to mind, and this is super insider wrestling, but the AEW loves doing insider wrestling stuff. It would be unexpected, but there's a lot of history between Kingston 2.0 and Cesaro. So if Claudio debuted to actually help Kingston in the Proud and the Powerful, that'd be interesting.
That just doesn't seem like it fits.
Especially when Moxley,
Blackpool, yeah.
Danielson, and Regal are together. Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird thing.
But yeah, no, super interesting. Very exciting stuff. I hope they don't have another Stadium Stampede. I hope that's dead with the COVID.
I would hope so too.
But we'll find out. Next up, we have Tony with Jade and Smart Mark in the back.
Love
Tony's
Smart Mark.
in the back with Jade and Smart Mark. And Mark has a prestigious opponent set for Jade. Very prestigious, very highly thought of. The librarian lady. And Jade immediately pisses on her and just be like, no, I want serious competition. Fuck this kid. And that girl's about to cry. Like, it's terrible. And then she's just like, well, I do have you facing Marina Shafir. How about that? Terrible idea.
Yeah.
Terrible
It's questionable. It's questionable. But
terrible idea.
Hey, they could go, 8 to 10 if it's rehearsed well and they know what's up,
What I foresee happening
Danielson
is either
works
it
with
looks
them.
like garbage or Jade gets hurt.
Or Jade hurts her.
I'm seeing more Marina hurting Jade because I think Jade is a safer person to work with.
Yeah, sure.
I think Marina is going to break her nose.
I haven't seen any of her matches. I'm not sure how this works. Am I going to watch Bloodsport this week and watch Marina Shafir? Maybe. Maybe I will.
Maybe. He's so stoic. Bring in OG LAX to team with Eddie and Proud and Powerful. Hernandez and Homicide would be pretty fun.
That would be a lot of fun.
That'd be fun.
Be a lot of fun.
Brooklyn Bleak, each Dynamite, I'm becoming a bigger Daddy Magic fan solely because of the way he talks. With a name like Cool Hand Ange, he's on the list too. Is that his name, Cool Hand
The
Ange?
other one is, yeah, there's Daddy Magic, Matt, whatever, and then there's Cool Hand Angelo Parker.
So it's Daddy Magic, not Magic Daddy.
No, it's not Magic Daddy.
You think it's Magic Daddy. Daddy
I
Magic
wish.
is great. I want more of them. Yeah, we're very excited about Magic Daddy. The Daddy Magic. And, Cool Hand Ange. That's a terrible name. Cool Hand Ange is terrible.
I love it.
I like the idea, but like it's just Ange at the end. Just like Cool Hand Ange, like it's hard to say.
Yeah.
It's hard to say and it doesn't roll off the tongue. You're gonna have a lot of announcers who are like Cool Hand
Yeah. It's just such a hateable name and he's such a hateable person that it's great.
It's fine. But next up, another great match. Bryan Danielson versus Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah, big time.
In a barn burner.
Big
Probably match of the night. Honestly, maybe match of the night.
Yeah.
Because that was just amazing. Great back and forth. Wheeler proved me wrong.
That's like the one thing I was thinking about in this match too, is I was like, man, Red wasn't a fan of Yuta, and now Yuta has won you over.
Shut me up good. Shut me
love
up completely. Great job. Such fire. Everything just smart. He's like he feels like he fits in that like almost just like a young Padawan. He's just there to like kind of like he's got the goods, but is he there yet? He has that like manic energy that I like from Jon Moxley, but he's technical and he's hard hitting. Love it.
Yep.
And he goes. Bryan Danielson is going for the kicks, and then Yuta just spits in his face.
Woo!
One hell of a loogie right in his eyes.
Best loogie in professional wrestling since Survivor Series 1997.
It's there. It was a hefty thing. And then Danielson loses it. Yeah. Squashes his face into the ground, and then fucking makes him pass out from all the violence.
My favorite moment of JR tonight was when he puts him in that final label lock, and he like wrenches his nose, and before the ref can call the match, he's just like, "Ref, the match is over. The guy can't take it anymore. End the match."
I think honestly that was a good call because he was selling it like he was dead, like he wasn't moving.
Yeah.
After those stomps, he stopped moving the rest of the match.
Yeah, it was
gone.
Perfect.
It was really good. But I thought this was a great match, and Regal was just like, Regal has I love Regal, but I forgot how awkward he is when talking. He's constantly saying things just like, I was immediately attracted to Bryan Danielson. I was attracted to him. We were drawn together. And it's great. Like, it's not, I don't mind homoeroticism in wrestling. I don't mind it at all. I'm all for it. But, like, I think his are so comically unintentional.
Yeah, he said something that's funny. He's like, I saw this man wrestle in 2000, and I was immediately drawn to him, and we've created what we've created today together.
Yeah, it's very romantic.
It's very sweet. It's very sweet.
We have a lot of comments coming in. Hold on, where are we? There's a lot came in. Yuta, who's the man? Yuta man. John Busman texted that. Yuta man. That pin move Yuta does is sick. Yeah, it was a good little pin.
Yeah, that they call it like the seat belt or something like that.
It was a chicken wing. I forget what it's called. I remember it was in one of the video games, but it's a overturned chicken wing or something. You have to chicken wing the arms, roll him over, and then he kind of grabs the leg at the end. Really cool.
Really cool.
Where are we? Jesus Christ. John Busman,
he had to take his
lumps to earn his lessons. He did, and that was good. Certified Wrestling Podcast. Welcome to the chat, Certified. Yo, deep, my dudes. Oh, thank you so much. Bless you, Wrestling Podcast. Mo says, Yuta, the new Steamboat.
Interesting.
He's definitely got that fire. He's definitely got that babyface fire that we look for. This is why you gotta watch Red?
Dark.
Well, you gotta watch Spell Check. If you would have seen Yuta's matches on Dark, you would have been in the know. Okay.
Red, I thought you did watch Dark.
I occasionally do. I can't do it all the time.
Yeah, sure, of course. It's a lot.
It's hard. Certified Wrestling Podcast. Yo, Tony Khan bought Impact Wrestling. God damn it, Certified. If you're right. Certified Wrestling has these inside scoops that he peppers in. Great podcast. Listen to Certified Wrestling's podcast. Short little clips just with some very, very new news. Very hot news. And what was he correct on? He guessed Cody leaving.
Yeah. And I think Tony Khan buying Ring of Honor too.
Yeah, and he guessed Ring of Honor. Check out Certified Wrestling Podcast. As says Mose, I was thinking that Steamboat would be an awesome manager for Yuta. Great minds.
Yeah, great minds.
That's interesting. I don't know if I would like Steamboat as a manager.
Yeah, I don't know how great a talker he is. And that's why I worry about like Brett as a manager. Because there's a lot of like, there's a speculation. There's nothing concrete about it, but like FTR keeps making references to Brett. Bucks make references to Brett, Punk, everybody. So like, there's like kind of speculation that maybe Brett could come in to manage FTR, but Brett's not a great talker.
Bring Brett in and make him a general manager.
Yeah, right?
That would be pretty good.
Yeah, that would be great.
Honestly,
and he would just be honest.
Like, I
don't
give a shit about this company or anybody in it, but I got a job to do.
He would be like, that finish was worse than Bill Goldberg. Barry Goldberg.
Ruining my career. We got to keep going.
Piece of shit.
But let us know. Brooklyn Bleak says, man, stop playing. We're not playing. Surfred Wrestling Podcast. You hear me. Cody shows up. Ring of Honor enters three-way pins Grisham. John Busman. Tony Khan bought Battle Bonds. Certified Wrestling Podcast. Moxley. Stephen Gables. Seth Rollins' opponent. Mo says, this match changed Yuta's career. Mark it. It did. It definitely did.
It definitely did.
Certified's going on a tear here. Bro, I broke ROH story. I broke JR, Junior Heavyweight Champion NWA. I broke Trevor Murdoch, his opponent. You did. Cody Rhodes is on the handshake deal. He will be at Ring of Honor. Honestly,
all right.
I love Certified Wrestling predictions. Check out Certified Wrestling Podcast.
Right.
The hot takes. Love St. Louis. God bless St. Louis. We're going to come visit you sometime.
St. Louis. Yeah, we're
coming
coming
to St. Louis this summer?
We're going to St. Louis. We're going to be there. It's part of the trip.
It's a part of the LLW Road Tour. Joe writes, Tony Khan bought a sandwich. It was good. You're all being dogs now. You're all being dogs.
I love it.
You all need to.
You will rest in peace.
All right. Now just to bring the mood back up. Okay, now we have to keep moving. We gotta get out.
Really? You can use that one?
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, sure. He's just talking about dogs.
He's just talking about dogs, dog. But yeah, great match from Yuta. I think we covered everything.
Excellent.
Next up, we have Darby and Andrade promo. Darby says, "Do you know who you are, Andrade? Do you even know who you are?" I didn't think this was a great way to set up this match. This match just doesn't feel good. Oh man, ignore 2 comments. Ignore 3, 4. Watch out, everyone. We gotta be careful. Certified Wrestling Podcast says Briscoe Brothers are on TNA pay-per-view April 1st and Ring of Honor pay-per-view April 1st. Very interesting. Brooklyn Bleak says AEW, Ring of Honor, and Impact, the Holy Trinity, Swerve versus Kenny King, Jordan Grace versus Jade Cargill, etc. That'd be very interesting, Brooklyn Bleak. We got some spicy stuff in the chat. That's true. Let's ignore it though. We can't touch it. Certified says Ring of Honor has 2 pay-per-views on April 1st, one 9 p.m. and second at midnight. Very interesting.
Is that true?
Interesting. I believe everything Certified Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah.
I will put this in our news. Mo's, oh boy, time to get mod, gents. Oh, we need mods, don't we?
What is a mod? I don't know what that is.
A moderator.
Oh, are we not moderators?
Did you check the... we have to talk about this after.
Okay.
We are not moderators.
Hey, call the hotline.
Call the hotline. Call the hotline. Moving on.
Hey, Naked HD, call the hotline.
Don't say their name. John Busman, last mouth of best in the world. These girls like Bret Hart. They do. They're the best girls. Impact has 2 pay-per-views, as says. Oh, so Impact has 2.
There is going to be an Impact show Friday night that I'm very excited about. I was going to talk to you about this later, see if you wanted to go in and split it, because it looks great. It looks
Just
great.
throw it in the split wise. Silverhead Wrestling Podcast. He's buying up library for HBO Max streaming. If he had the TNA library,
yo, now we're cooking with fire.
Shit.
Yeah. Half the TNA library, by the way, half the TNA library is on YouTube right now. Like TNA's just releasing all their pay-per-views in full. We should all watch them.
Really think about this.
Yeah.
You listen to the new Jeff Jarrett podcast?
I haven't. What is it?
They said they're announcing something really big next week.
Oh, I'm sure Jeff Jarrett's buying another minor league baseball team.
No. And they're just like, they're doing a joint venture. They said it's a joint venture and something big. And then at the end, Conrad's been doing this stupid thing. He's just like, and it's definitely not a wrestling promotion. And he's been doing a lot of that. But he said, he's like, be on the lookout. We're gonna take the internet in our pocket next week. Be on the lookout. Something like that.
What's the subject matter of this week's show?
Maybe Conrad and Jeff Jarrett are working with Tony Khan to purchase Impact.
Maybe. That would be a suitable next chapter for both Jeff Jarrett and Impact, for sure.
Fix it. Certified says he's buying up that Brooklyn Bleak Certified Wrestling Podcast is messing with my emotions. Lol. No, it's a scoop. Boom! I'm better than you, and you know it. Calm down, Certified Wrestling Podcast.
Whoa, take it easy.
We love you here.
Take it easy.
John Busman. Ooh, do a watch along. We should do a watch.
We should do a watch along of an Impact show.
We should do a watch along of an Impact show. Certified Wrestling Podcast, Dixie Carter and Impact. John Busman, Tony Khan bought Global Force. Tony Khan is buying ads on ad-free shows. That's
actually, I wouldn't be surprised if Tony Khan is buying like Global Force Wrestling's library, the like 4 shows they did.
Then Certified Wrestling Podcast says Jeff Jarrett with NWA. So now I'm all over the place. Now we don't know what's going on. Brooklyn Bleak, Impact is on YouTube. They have a Twitch channel and a channel on Tubi. You ever watch their Twitch?
I've watched their Twitch a little bit. Yeah, have you ever watched their... I don't know if it's Tubi, but it's the other one that I'm going to forget. Scrub Brush. But I have watched that too. What Brooklyn Bleak is talking about, I have watched it. And when I can't sleep at night, I put on an Impact pay-per-view on YouTube. And I fall asleep very quickly.
That's very cute.
Yeah.
S says Jeff Jarrett announcement. Tony Khan has bought Global Force Wrestling.
Right.
Yeah, that's probably good.
I would be surprised.
Damn it, Busman. That's good. We're having some fun in the chat. We have to keep moving on.
Let's do it.
Then we get this is the big of the night for me.
Okay.
This Adam Cole and Red Dragon come out with the belts. So they come out with the belts, and I'm just like, okay, I'm liking this so far. They come out with the belts, they have their names taped on it, fine. And then they get in the ring, Adam Cole does his thing, and he starts saying stuff. Then Kyle O'Reilly grabs the mic.
Weird.
And was he trying to say that he was drunk?
Yeah. Yeah, he's trying to say that they partied too hard backstage, and none of them drink. So I think that's like an additional layer to the joke. If you're,
it was just not fun. Like
weird.
It looked like he got uncomfortable, and then he got embarrassed, and then he handed off the mic because he got so embarrassed.
Yeah.
And then he put his head down, and I was just like, man, I feel bad for this guy. Then Bobby Fish knocked out of the park.
Yeah, let Bobby Fish talk all the time.
Bobby Fish is really fun on the mic. They get that going. Then Hangman comes out with fucking JBL horns on a Prius.
I loved it. I loved it because he's a cowboy. He's a cowboy. And he's got to do some real Southern cowboy shit. And if he's not riding in on a horse, he's got to ride in on something with horns. But he's a millennial cowboy. So he rode in an electric car. Not a limo, not one of these gas-guzzling trucks. An electric car. What's it called?
Maybe
It's not a Prius, it's the other one.
If you're so worried about the environment, maybe you shouldn't have killed that bull for its horns. Slap it on your car. There's just a lot of weird stuff. But he comes out, and then they get the numbers game again, but then Jungle Express comes out, and then JR calls him a big flexible, a giant lizard, and then he's like, I've never said that before, giant lizard. And then Tony Schiavone's like, flexible giant lizard.
Get these guys out of the booth.
We have to. No, I want that on the soundboard. Flexible giant lizard. These are the soundboard clips we need. We got like a lot of comments coming in. Brooklyn Bleak, Pluto.
It's Pluto. It is Pluto.
Certified Wrestling. Jeff Jarrett is doing NWA with Impact again with Tony. Interesting. Tony says, "Boom! Tony's in the chat."
Tony's here.
Certified Wrestling. I wish I had a thing for you, Tony. We have new things here. You're gonna get. We're just gonna do it later. We're gonna. Tony says, "Boom! Certified Wrestling. Moxley at WrestleMania. What?
All right, let's all take it easy here.
Certified Wrestling podcast. Yeah. You're trying to.
I heard a rumor that CM Punk's also going to be at WrestleMania.
Mose, I wanted to like this, but O'Reilly botched the heat. Yeah, it was really.
Yeah,
John
you're
Beastman, right. They put over the belts and put 5 balloons in a box. They're just regular guys.
They're just regular guys. That's all they can afford.
The balloon in the box was very funny. I think that's a really funny thing.
Yeah.
Certified Wrestling says Impact Library Company $40 million.
$40 million. That's what they spent on Ring of Honor. You think they just got another $40 million lying around?
Maybe. Mose, it was a Tesla red. Oh, interesting. We didn't know it was a Tesla. Thank you so much for the clarification. Joe writes, lots of rumors and innuendo the chat tonight. Breaking news, insert wrestler here will leave WWE or AEW and go to another company because economy. Very interesting. I didn't know that, Joe. Insert wrestler is going to be going to WWE or AEW. I didn't know it was because of the economy. John Busman says, it wouldn't be practical to drive a truck down to the ring. For the balloons?
No, for Hangman.
Oh, sure. Why not just drive, I don't drive it ride a bicycle.
Yeah. Ride a bicycle.
So worried about the environment.
He rides a motorcycle and does a circle around the ring like the Undertaker.
He should ride a Lime scooter to the ring.
Yeah.
And then leave it curbside, take a picture, make sure that it's safe. John Busman says, oh, no, we already had that. Joe writes, I know how business work. Me smart. You're very, Joe smart. Joe V smart. Certified Wrestling Podcast, Nick Khan was negotiating for WWE versus Tony. Tony wanted to keep company and have library. WWE offered less and only wanted library. I think he's talking
for
about
Ring of Honor. Yeah.
Tony, it was a Tesla. We are confirmed it's a Tesla. It wasn't a Prius. I get it. Certified Wrestling, WWE and AEW trying to build content. Certified says WWE in negotiations with The Rock, Nick Khan, and Amazon. Oh, I believe all those things. WWE is doing stuff with Nick Khan and Rock and maybe Amazon. I believe it. You know what? Certified Wrestling. There's a lot of talk.
Somebody.
They've been right more times than not.
Somebody reads their Business Insider. See what's going on.
Interesting. We got to keep moving on. Next up, we have Toni with Thunder Rosa. She comes out. She says she's the first Mexican-born champion AEW. Very excited. She said ever, but I'm sure there's been Mexican-born champs in America.
Keep going. I'm going to think about this.
We're going to have to think about it. Wants to be the face of women's wrestling, not just AEW women's wrestling, but women's wrestling in general. And she'll be the foundation of AEW. And she's ready for Nyla Rose. It was a little rambly, but I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was good, too. I thought it was very good. I thought she did a great job. And I really don't know if there's been a Mexican-born women's champion in a major promotion. I'm really not sure about that. She really might be the first one, off the top of my head at least. In this century, I guess, at least.
But very good. Congratulations to her. We liked it. We got here, Joe writes, breaking news, Nick Khan is Tony's third brother's fiance twice removed. AEW to buy WWE. Very interesting, Joe. Very good.
Big scoop.
Cite your sources. S says it was a Tesla red. For Christ's sakes. You're all good. I was about to do the Tatanka yell. I can't do it. No.
You got to play something. You keep pausing and you're not playing anything.
The champ is here.
Joe writes, AEW to buy WWE. Scoop. Mo says Nyla being the foil. Nyla is made of foil. Moving on. We got to keep talking. Certified Wrestling says Rock and Nick Khan, childhood friends. Nick Khan drove Triple H out because Rock really hates him. They cut all the top talent to show the money made was actually better with minimum paid workers. Hey, what? I'm listening. Amazon looking for content. We have to keep moving on. We got to
keep rolling here.
FTR. FTR is in the back.
This is great.
And they take this seriously. Yeah. That's what their big message is. And they were like, maybe an FTR Young Bucks 2 is in the works. And they want it. They want it real bad. By the way, the AAA titles look so bad. And is there tape on them too?
They put an FTR sticker over the AAA logo when they won them.
They do realize that makes it look even worse.
Well, yeah, obviously. That's why they're doing it, because they were heels. I know,
but if you have nice belts and you do that, you're like, oh, I get the joke. There's tape on this nice belt, but this looks like a garbage belt. Yeah. It looks like it looks bad.
It looks bad. I mean, the belts aren't great. Do you think they beat the Briscoes?
Who beat the Briscoes?
Do you think they're going to beat the Briscoes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do I. I think they're going to become Ring of Honor champions. I really do.
Yeah. I like it. I'm fine with it. Yeah. Then we got Joe says, Joe and CPI should have to pay for super chats. Joe and Pro Certified Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah.
Mo's Nyla as the foil to New Champs is weak storyline. Nyla as the foil to New Champs.
Yeah, that always happens. Nyla's always the first opponent to a new champion. Always.
It's always
because she's big. She's the monster, and you put it in champion.
Sometimes when she's motivated, she does a good job.
I thought she did a great job tonight. Great promo.
Yeah, great promo. Joe writes, do you have a Mucho Respecto soundbite, Red? Came in late. I would love a Mucho Respecto.
Mucho Respecto.
Certified says, Nick Khan is Colin Farrell's real-life agent. Sorry, yes. FTR turning face. No, very good. Very interesting stuff. Okay, we have to go on to the next part of the night. Probably the most newsworthy moment of the night.
Yeah.
We have Bunny. She's going to have the first qualifying match for the Owen Hart tournament. And Bunny faces Toni Storm.
Huge pop.
Is here. Huge pop for Toni Storm.
She almost cries because she clearly wasn't expecting such a thunderous ovation when she entered, and it was awesome. And I also liked her music. A lot this Mikey Ruckus character. Are you familiar with this Mikey Ruckus character?
I do not know who Mikey Ruckus is.
He's the guy that does all the music for AEW.
Is that the deal?
And so many of the AEW songs just start with someone screaming like, he is limitless, or like, I've got 3 eyes, or whatever. And it's always like a very masculine man, like,
all white.
Yeah. Right, exactly. But this was like a woman singing, and it felt like an 80s rock song. And that's kind of her thing, is that she's like an 80s like hair metal rocker character.
Yeah, and we get this match, and then the bell rang. Honestly, wasn't a very good match.
Here's my issue, and this was kind of my issue with the Gun Club match too, and you may disagree with me on this. They were just a little long. When we know who's going to win, and it's not going to be a super competitive match, or it shouldn't be a super competitive match, then let's just make it a 3 to 5 minute squash.
But wait, let's not compare it to the Gun Club, because the Gun Club, that made sense for it to be that long. They they were against newcomers.
They were cheating.
Billy was in the corner. Yeah. Billy got a hit in. That made some sense. But Bunny going toe to toe with someone you're trying to make, you can't.
It's your debuting.
I'm sorry. The way they debut these people, is terrible. Yeah. It's terrible. They always, unless you're Punk or you're Bryan, do they have a real good, smart way to debut you?
This is like a good, smart way to debut someone, but not when it's, a 10-minute match.
And also, she's a little rusty.
Sure.
This is her first match in months, you know, and so the thing is, her timing was a little off, her breath was a little off, and so you didn't even put her in the best light to have that competitive match. This should have been a squash. It should have been a squash where she just she wasn't expecting the storm of offense, pardon the pun.
Yeah.
That came about, and then Bunny they got a quick win, and doesn't
and it goes through a commercial break, which is not needed.
No.
You know. Yeah.
Bad. We got some comments here. Oh, wait, a lot of comments here. Sorry, yes, Brooklyn Bleak. I don't know. I like the Nyla Rose versus Rio feud.
Me too. I liked it too.
And Certified Wrestling says Briscoes on NWA all season. This season becoming NWA champs. Next live show I was at Crockett Cup. Very interesting. Mose concur. FTR will turn face. I think they already are face.
Yeah, I think so too. I think. Well, it's not official because they have to beat up MJF. They have to get away from MJF.
I don't think you have to be I don't think what I like actually about AEW is that they don't you don't have to change your alliances if you're a good or bad guy. You know, you have the ability to kind of be friends with the bad guys, and it's okay because that's how real life is. Sometimes we're friends with the bad guys.
I agree with you 95%. I agree with you 99% of the time, except MJF is the exception. Sorry. You can't be friends with MJF and be a good guy. It just can't happen.
Smart for business. Mose, why should we like Toni? I'm okay with her as a first-time viewer. What's their story? WWE riff? Yeah, she's just... she's good. She's good. Yeah. She's very good, but also she was put in a very WWE really knows how to set everything up to make their person succeed. Knows how to set them up to not look like an idiot in the ring. And that's the thing. They don't look like idiots in the ring.
They do a good job of setting people up to have big debuts,
but also to make sure they're not doing anything they're not capable of.
They don't overcomplicate things. They keep things very, very simple.
They would have also put her in a few matches beforehand or sent a ring to her house so she could train.
Well, she would have gone to the performance center or something.
She would have sent Michael McGillicuddy over to her house so they could train her. But Certified Wrestling says, go on Mission Pro this weekend. Let us know how it is.
Yeah.
Trish Adora versus Thunder Rosa. I'd like to hear it.
That's good.
Bo says, Bunny has to have the worst record. Yeah. Bunny has Eddie Kingston's record.
But she wins a lot on Dark, so her record's actually not that bad.
It's actually pretty sick.
Yeah.
Certified says NWA Tag Champs, the Hex versus the Renegade Twins. Like I said, let us know.
Yeah, saw the Renegade Twins last week.
Couldn't watch show tonight. Let me guess why my boy Danhausen either didn't get used or was just wasted. Right? Wasn't used at all. Wasn't used at all.
Yeah, wasn't used at all today. That's okay.
I'm fine with Danhausen being used sparingly.
Yeah, I would rather him be used sparingly than in a bad way, which is what they were kind of doing. So we'll see.
So we got another segment here. We got Tony Schiavone with Nyla and Vicky. This is the time to use this. There we go.
Yeah.
And Tony didn't. So when Vicky starts talking,
the mic thing was weird. Yeah.
Vicky walked too far ahead, and Tony didn't get the mic in front of her, so he didn't hear anything she said. But Nyla cut a pretty good little promo there.
Did you notice that she called Thunder Rosa Thun-turd Rosa?
God, that's so good. And she's just like, you want to be I don't know how we got to Genie. But she's just like, you want to be a genie? I'll be your genie. Abracadabra, bitch. Very, very good.
I love what she said. Yeah, what is it like? Oh, you want to be the foundation? Well, I love the It's so good.
Joe writes, everyone gets a great debut. Most are forgot soon after. S says, good points, dudes. It should have been a squash. Do you think the reason they keep messing up debuts is because Tony is a pushover and lets workers like Bunny get their shit in instead of being squashed?
Are you going to say yes to this?
No, I think he doesn't get why that's not good TV. I think he understands because he's a fan. He's a fan.
Yeah.
He's a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
And yeah. I think he likes the idea, everyone gets their stuff, but that's not good television when you're not telling a story. There was no story to that match. It wasn't like, this new person coming in with a lot of fire. It's this, this person came in and she's just like the rest of them.
Yeah, I agree with you in the sense that I think classically, throughout the history of professional wrestling, when a wrestler debuts, you want to be able to showcase them, but showcase them in such a way where they kind of are able to go back and forth, and you get to kind of see them have a full match, not just have a squash. But it just doesn't really work that way. Like on television, it doesn't really work that way.
It's just, I think that's the issue. But I also do feel that he's probably like, he's not telling them what to do in their matches. So they're kind of figuring out a lot of that. He should
But
be
he's
more
giving
active.
them the time. He's saying, you have 12 minutes.
Yeah, he should be saying, you have, like, there's 7 minutes for this. And she needs to look strong.
6 minutes even. Like, let's go. Let's just like keep trimming it down, you know? And yeah, and like the debuting wrestler always looks good because they always go over strong, but we have to forget about the first 5 minutes or 8 minutes of the match and just focus on the final 2 minutes.
But even then, like, also these debuting people aren't practicing beforehand. So they're coming and they're having a 15-minute match after she hasn't had a match in months.
Yeah, because you got to think she's had a big
Keith
layoff.
Lee was exhausted. You know, like, you just have to put him in the right situation.
Yeah.
Certified says Danhausen is hurt. Good scoop. S says, I broke that story, CWP. That was my scoop. That's fair. That was S's scoop. S did the scoop on Danhausen first. Brooklyn Bleak says, check out Danhausen's Hey EW interview. Well, have you checked that out yet?
Yeah, it's good.
Is it
I really like RJ City. I think he's very funny.
That's him on there, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's his show.
Joe writes, yeah, he's hurt, but the brilliance of his character isn't based on wrestling. Use the man. I like sparingly rather
Use the
than
man right.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say.
Certified says Toni is not better than Ember Moon. I loved Thick Toni. We're not gonna be talking about how they are canceled in 45. But then we got Joe writes, the Ew interview was more Danhausen than anything shared on TV. That's the problem. Let the masses learn more about the man so they can learn to love him. Now he's just the weird guy who curses.
He should have like 10 minutes on Rampage every week.
They should just maybe have an explanation of who he was. Like, just have a backstage thing where he's just like where he's the mischief god of magic or something. I don't give a shit.
Sure. Something.
But something. John Busman, excited for Storm, but yeah, wish she squashed 100%.
Yeah.
And then you put a little bunny ears, and that's very cute.
For Bunny. Yeah.
Oh, bunny. That's true. That makes sense. But next up, we get the last match of the night. Last match of the night and the main event. We have Andrade El Idola versus Darby Allin. This is a match that's very hard-hitting.
Yeah, it's very hard-hitting.
It was very brutal.
Yeah.
Wasn't my favorite.
Okay.
How did you feel about the match?
I was so excited to see Andrade El Idolo just wrestle a match and be physical and be a heel and be hard hitting. I loved it. I loved that. Overall, it was a fine match, but I just loved watching Andrade do his thing. I love Andrade. I think Andrade's fantastic. I loved that Darby was riding down on a skateboard and Andrade did the flip onto him. Ooh, I loved that.
I loved it too. I loved all those things. I guess I don't know why the match didn't just grab me the way I was hoping. But Andrade looked amazing.
He looked
amazing, throwing him around the ring, like, viciously. Like, being very vicious in that slat fight they had. Remember the slat fight in the middle of the ring where they just knocked each other?
Yeah.
It's terrible. Terrible to see.
And all of those turnbuckle throws, too, to Darby, brutal
stuff. Then we get the belt, this weird belt sequence where Andrade takes off his belt, ref takes it, and then Darby does a lame trip with his belt. Was that necessary?
Not really. I thought he was going to tie the belt around Andrade's ankles. Yeah, then that's fine. But yeah, just to like trip him, that's strange. And then it kind of lands on Bryce, the referee, as well, which is like kind of strange.
Then Sting comes tumbling out.
Look,
just almost he went too fast. He has to be careful.
We gotta stop having Sting get into some sort of physical altercation every week. Sting needs rest. Sting needs rest. I'm serious. Look, John can vouch because, he was there with me last week. When Sting came down off the top rope to try to do that scorpion, and he came down to his knees and could not get up. He couldn't get up. He tried to get up 3 separate times at least and couldn't get up. And I watched it back on television, and the cameras did a good job of hiding how much he was struggling. But, like, the live crowd, I, couldn't breathe. I was like, Sting just blew out both his knees, and he's done forever. He's in a wheelchair the rest of his life. And the next week, here he is, getting beat up again.
No, but when he ran down.
Yeah, and then he, tumbles.
He fell down. He slammed into the ring. He ran and tumbled into the ring. We need to be careful with our Sting.
We really need to be careful. We need to be more careful. Please.
Yeah.
Please.
Then Sting comes out. Then Butcher and the Blade. Darby dives on them. A lot of stuff. A lot of gaga, as they say.
A lot of gaga.
Then Andrade, they get in the ring. Andrade gives his DDT finisher deal, which I like that move. And with the pin. And he beats
I loved
Darby
that
Allin.
too. I loved that.
Too.
It was needed. He needs that win.
Yeah, very good. And then afterward, we get a beatdown on Sting. JR hates it.
Hates it. I hate it too. Leave the man alone. Also, Sting. Why are you getting in the ring to check on Darby? Just pull him out of the ring. Why are you getting in the ring to slap him in the face? Pull him out of the ring.
Then the Hardys come out. A big pop there, and then
huge pop.
Jeff has been giving his swanton bomb in a very different way.
I'm so happy you brought this up.
Jeff Hardy has been murdering his opponents. He has been murdering them since he's gotten back. He is literally full weight, and he's not a small guy like we think. He's not Darby. He's 230.
Yeah,
easy.
And all that weight is just crushing their ribs.
He falls ass first onto them, it's so hard. And Quinn, was that Mark Quinn that he fell on?
I think
Mark
so.
Quinn just didn't even sell it. He just became concave. He just curved, and he just he couldn't breathe. It was very hard to watch.
Brutal.
We have some comments here. Certified says, okay, he wrestles in my city monthly, Danhausen, St. Louis with JP Warhorse. I didn't know that. I didn't know he's lives in the area. Cool. Mo says Andrade needed this win badly, but my fave either stacked up against the rest of the card. Not my fave. I agree. Joe writes, did Sting take a bad bump, get amnesia, and now think he's Jeff Hardy? Don't be a spot monkey. Very cute. Joe writes, too much time with Darby, I guess. No. What's happening? He is getting. I think a lot of the youth, the enthusiasm of the youth is rubbing off on Sting. He's just like, I could jump off that. He's got this unhealthy thing when he's around all these young people. He doesn't need to do this.
No, he needs to not be touched for 6 weeks. Now.
Yeah, give us 6 weeks of no.
He needs to take some time, a lot of time.
Lot of time. Oh, it's a lot of time. I don't know.
Well, that's a good bow. That's how we started this.
No, what we need is a better soundboard. Shorter soundboard, little snappy bites, baby hips, grunts and weird noises. That's what we need. I want Mick Foley's yasha.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Bleak, I wish Jeff always did this swantons like this from the beginning in WWE. No,
they wouldn't let him. They wouldn't let him.
Edge and Christian wouldn't have had a career. But wow, what fun we had today.
What fun we had today. Check out the Patreon. We're going to be talking on Discord. We're going to be chatting on the Discord live this WrestleMania, right, Roy? We're going to. That's right.
We're going to force Moa to jump in there too. We're going to force Moa to participate. Also call the hotline 201-574-7222. Check us out on Loser Leaves Wrestling on Instagram and on Facebook.
Yeah.
Right? Check us out on Facebook.
Check us out. Call the hotline 7222.
Say the whole thing.
Oh, 201-574-7222.
That's like saying your address and only giving the last two numbers. And you're just like 12. Make sure to call 2. Writes,
never mind. It's not important. I was going to tell a dumb story. When I would go to punk shows in high school, there were always house shows that would get broken up by the cops. And the cops would always line us up and ask for our phone numbers. And my good friend and yours, Mike Levine, once went, my number's 973-762-1234. Damn it. He got caught immediately.
You said damn it?
Yeah, because he was immediate. I just gave the wrong number. That was not real. That's not real.
Funny. That's very cute. Mo says, great time, y'all. Baby hips and baby arms for the win. Yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Joe Reds, did we ever hear more details on Foley's podcast? Not yet. Not yet. I can't wait. Mose, what's the Discord link? It's only for Patreon subscribers. We need to pay the tax. We have to pay the tax.
Do I look like Danhausen?
And the moderator. We have to get a moderator for that.
Is that real?
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
We're gonna talk about it
With my spooky cape that I'm wearing.
Stop it! You're scaring me.
Yeah.
Joe writes, "We'll sign up for Patreon this week." Oh, bless you, Joe. Follow Joe's example.
Follow Joe.
Best wrap up live stream going. Thanks later. Thanks Brooklyn Bleak. Really thank you.
Brooklyn,
John
you the
Busey
man.
says Tony Khan bought the LLW hotline. I would love that. I would love that. Joe writes, Red and Roy can't be bought. Au contraire.
In a heartbeat, babe. In a
heartbeat. Buy it. We'll give it away. I don't care. John Busey says, no moderators. I'm meeting real girls now. We have to get off here. Rose, Roy, very evil laugh. We're having a lot of fun here. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much for supporting and watching this show. We love that you watch this show.
Yeah,
like and share. Like and share because the numbers feed our self-esteem and we want.
That's true.
We need our self-esteem back.
Yeah. Especially this week, this guy needs a little self-esteem boost.
Oh
so.
Man, give it to Roy.
Help
Share
me
something.
out.
Share with a friend so that Roy could get his moment in the sun. Thank you all so much. Joe writes, LLW2, the search for more money. No, there's never been we're just looking for money. we
don't need more. We just want some.
The first one yet. There's no two. S says, great job, fellas. Thank you all so much. We had to get off.
Thank you. As we're wrapping up, I just want you all to know if I can change, so can you.
Cut it, Tam.
Ole. 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 Ole.